my gosh. Welcome back. Welcome back. All right. So, you guys, you know, when the makeup is on, we're here for another Twin Flame, BluE Twin Flame podcast. So yeah, let's get this ish started. Okay. So, as normal, you know, I like to start off the podcast with my twin flame theory, the BluE twin flame theory. The theory is the journey to finding the BluE twin flame. Put you here so I can read it and go. The journey to finding the BluE twin flame isn't about finding someone else. It's about becoming consciously aware of both your masculine and feminine energies, creating this alignment that leads to synchronicities and a deeper understanding of yourself and the world around you. And it's this heightened awareness that acts as the core of what makes the BluE twin flame connection special. So, as we know, we're all made up of energy, okay? Everything has masculine, feminine energy. When you have a thought, an idea, that is your masculine energy, an example of your masculine energy. When you execute that idea, that is an example of your feminine energy, okay? So everything that was created started from a thought, whether it's you, whether it's me, whether it's this phone you're watching me on, the internet you're watching me with. Everything started as a thought. Masculine energy. And then it was created feminine energy. Okay? So everything in this 3D plane is feminine energy. And when you're consciously aware of this, you can tap into these energies. Okay? All right. Now, without further ado, let me bring in my +1, which is me. Let me bring in. All right. And then we're going to bam. I think we're all set. Good. Gucci. All right. Now we can get started. So, on today's episode, okay, if you missed last week's episode, the BluE twin flame versus soulmate, I advise you to go check it out. Along with all the videos, not just today. But today's episode, we are going to touch on twin flame versus karmic. BluE twin flame. Let's put that in there. Versus karmic. Okay. So before I continue, let me start by doing a quick definition of what a karmic is for those that don't know. So Google's definition of a karmic, it says relating to or characteristics of karma, denoting good or bad luck viewed as resulting from one's actions. Okay. Before we talk about that, there also it says, what is a karmic relationship? So I'm going to read that too. In a spiritual context, a karmic relationship refers to a connection with someone believed to be from the past where unresolved issues or lessons need to be addressed, often characterized by intense emotions and challenges. Okay, now with that being said, let's check the time. 6:30. Okay. Let's start. You want to put the speaker in the microphone? All right. So, as we talked about in the last week's episode, twin flame, the blue twin flame versus soulmates. Everyone here is a soulmate. Everyone who you interact with, your soul resonates with, is a soulmate. You know. But when it comes to karmics, first off, the root word karma. A lot of times we associate karma with being what's just, what, the good or bad. Like, you're going to get your karma, and karma isn't necessarily good or bad. It's the universe balancing itself out. Okay? So when something bad happens, usually, or somebody do something bad, something good happens after that, because it's the universe balancing each other out. If someone does bad, it doesn't mean they're going to get rewarded for it. That's not what I'm saying. But that's more karma, okay? Now, a karmic is a person who's here to teach you not a lesson. I'm not saying that like the person is there for a lesson, but they're there to help resolve lessons for you. Okay, so a lot of times, like, okay, let's give a great example. Relationships. A lot of relationships we're in can be considered karmic relationships, but they're not limited to relationships too. You have karmic friends. A lot of times parents are karmics. A lot of times children are karmics for parents, but it's people who are placed in your life to teach you a lesson or for you to get something from. Not necessarily when it comes to the soulmate. A soulmate is anyone who you have a connection with. So, or there's something that resonates, something that person said, because again, we're looking at energy, okay? The blue twin flame is that energy that follows you in your universe. Because again, the universe can't speak to you. It does not have a mind of its own, but it speaks through you and to you through other people, through feelings, through emotions. Okay? So a karmic relationship is, let's say you're in a relationship with someone. And for example, on my spiritual journey, and life is a spiritual journey, okay? On my spiritual journey, I've always had a connection with E, all the above. I did not call it E, all the above, but E, all the above. And at this moment, we're going to give thanks to E, all the above. You can fill A through D with whatever you want, whether it's God, the Most High. We hear God all the time. We hear Most High all the time, the Most High God, Yahshua, Jesus. So we're just going to give thanks, okay, to E, all the above. You can fill A through D with whatever you want. See how that goes? But I've had a connection, felt a connection. Did I have a connection? The connection was there, for sure. Because I've definitely been in situations where it's like, how did I get out of this? Okay. And those are karmic situations, because those situations taught you a lesson, okay? But sometimes we need people to teach us a lesson. And we get so caught up on those people that we don't sit and realize that those people are sent by the same source, the same energy, the same God, whatever. Again, E, all the above. Sent that person for you to get that lesson. So, like, for example, like going back to, my ex. I had an ex who was, I guess, religious, for sure. Well, not religious. He grew up in the church. Okay. A lot of people are. So a lot of people who grew up in church, they have a different relationship with God, with what we call God. And that's their relationship. I didn't have that growing up. So I had to find the relationship with God. Discover it. And it's all a discovery. Even the people that go to church, they're discovering, you discover it. But I had never been with someone who listened to gospel music throughout the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew gospel being played at church, understandable, but people actually listen to this all day, every day. Now, he didn't listen to it all day, every day, but on Sundays, he would listen to it. And for me, I felt like that was kind of like the gateway into not knowing God, because I still learned the Most High from my dad. But it was still like a gateway, you know how to say weed is a gateway drug. Well, like, some people are gateway religious. It's like they are I'm not gonna say are able. They're there to teach you a lesson, to start trajectories, give you a different way to look at things. Just like, for example, this video right now, I can be a karmic. Now, I'm not in a relationship with you guys, so I want to consider it a karmic, but we're not a karmic relationship. But some people are there to teach you lessons. And I could be a karmic for you if you come by and watch a video every day or every week that I post a video. If you're, that can be a karmic. But this person was a karmic for me. Now, he's also a karmic not only because of the God thing, but there were a lot of synchronicities going on in my life at the time. And and a lot of our life, synchronicities, miracles, coincidences, things that happen so often it can't be a coincidence. And I thought that it was the connection with him that was so special, that this person must, it must be a soulmate. It has to be. Okay, now this is, again, before I got to this mindset where I am now. If you don't know what a soulmate is, go to the previous video. But I thought this was the love of my life. I thought we were going to get old together, because look at all this magic that's happening, not realizing the magic is all in me. Now, we all have magic in us, but at this time in my life, I'm not realizing that. I'm like, this is magical. Like, I don't understand this, but it's magic. Like, it's what? Like, I didn't even believe half the stuff that's going on right now, It was just like, I remember the word we use, that circle of life shit. So, like, every time something crazy, like, I might sneeze, and then the next lyric of the song that's playing is "Bless You," or for example, another example is, a lot of times, like, Beyonce would come on. Beyonce was so synchronistic in this relationship, but it's not just Beyonce. It's the universe speaking to you, like, but you get caught up on the person delivering the message, that we're not focused on what the message is and what to get from that. So when I'm focused on this person being, when I'm focused on this person being the love of my life, and, like, I'm no longer focused on the message, on what the lesson is I'm supposed to be learning. I'm just focused on this. It has to work. Everything has to work out. Like, I have to be with this person. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. But you can't force things to be either. And a lot of times I was forcing things to be, only because, well, not only because, but, it was so much magic was happening. But I was ignorant or blind to the magic that was happening around me because of me. Like, again, we all have this magic, but some of us can tap into these energies. So what I start realizing now, the universe has my back. I'm supported by the universe. And it's the universe that brought him into my life that helped catapult or send me into the trajectory of where I am today. And when I stop focusing on him or any other relationship, you know, a lot of people, we have significant others, you know, or old relationships that we focus on, thinking that this person just has to be our person, you know. But what if that person was just there to teach you a lesson or to get you to the next person, you know, to get you to the next person? And like, all these people are karmics, you know, like, they're karmic relationships, karmic people. They're people here who we place, they're soulmates, because soulmates, again, are people who we interact with. They're key people. Some people you interact with, you're not meant to learn lessons from. Now, you can get something from any interaction. You know, you can get something from any interaction. You can get stuff from non-interactions, okay? So, like, for example, you know, there's a lot of apps out there where you can go dating. Wink, wink, you know? And I got a wink, wink. You know, there's a lot of hookup apps out there. And there was once upon a time where I was on those apps. And, of course, you would say you're not looking for, you know, not looking for sex. You're looking for certain, you know, whatever. Why did I? Oh, okay. I'm like, why did I bring this up? You're looking for certain things, but sometimes it's the times where I went on the app, and again, in the past, it was easy. You know, like you can find someone to hook up with, but it's not necessarily what you're looking for. You know, unless you're just looking for sex, that's a whole nother conversation. But it got to a point where I'm not hooking up as fast as I normally would. And part of that is when I realized, like, okay, normally I would have found someone by there. And then the people who you do, you know, want to hook up with, or at least who are able to hook up, you know, the connection is just not there. To me, this showed me a sign that this is not where I need to be, because I'm not finding what I need to look for. But I'm also not, my focus is on something else. Hence, hooking up, you know, where my focus couldn't be on something else. For example, you know, doing something positive, you know, getting to know people. That's another thing too. Like, it's people who you want to get to know, but then you can't get to know them because you're too busy, preoccupied doing X, Y, and Z with the next person who you don't even want to get to know. You just want to do X, Y, and Z. Well, just get to know this person, and you can get to X, Y, and Z with that person. But then that person you're getting to know might not be the person ideally for you, but at that time, you know, you need to learn a lesson, and that person is there to teach you a lesson. They're not there to teach you a lesson. Let's keep that. Let's also state this, okay? It's not that person's responsibility to teach you a lesson, okay? Who are they? I don't know. But that doesn't mean you can't learn a lesson from that person. Don't be in those situations where people are gaslighting you or trying to take advantage of you. That's not what I'm saying. It's not the same. So when it comes to these karmics, there are people who are trying to take advantage of you. Now, keep in mind that if these people are taking advantage of you, maybe they're teaching you a karmic lesson of not to be taken advantage of. So they can still be a karmic because they're teaching you a lesson. But it's not them teaching you the lesson, it's the universe teaching you a lesson. It's all the above, teaching you this lesson. And they place this person in your life for you to get this lesson from. Okay? It's like if a teacher in high school, they follow a curriculum. And there's things you have to learn in this curriculum. Life, the world, it's a school, it's university, it's whatever you want to call it. And there's a certain curriculum, there's things you have to learn about life before you can graduate. And you learn these things, but you don't get upset at the teacher. Oh, why I gotta learn this? The teacher is doing their job. I'm following the curriculum that's provided by the school district, that's provided by the school, that's provided by the city, that's provided by the state, that's provided by the country. They're just following these orders, okay? Same goes with these karmic people in your life. They're just following the orders. Okay, it's just the next person. Okay, who do I gotta learn? What I gotta learn next? Who I learn from next? It's just like it gets to a point where it's just, all right, what's the next lesson? Let me knock this down. All right, what's next? Because there's everything happens for a reason, and you don't know or have to know all of these reasons. But if you are open to the fact that everything happens for a reason, even if you don't know what that reason is, life gets a little better. Okay, you're connecting with the blue twin flame, which is that energy. So again, you're not getting caught up on the physicality of it. I feel like when you get stuck on your ex relationship, they're toxic, but then you're still going back for whatever reason. Maybe the sex is good, maybe they made you feel good, it made you feel seen. For whatever reason, you're going back. Maybe you're going back to learn this lesson, because if you learned the lesson before, you want to be going back. Karmic relationship. Okay, so but it's not a but, it is what it is. But don't get stuck on these people, and then when you get to a point where you're learning all these lessons, let that person come in whenever it's time for that person to come in. Don't force it. You don't have to think about it. It will happen how it's supposed to happen. Sometimes karmic relationships pop up. Like I said, parents. Let's talk about parents. Now, do I have parents on here? Hold on. I think we have podcast. I have family on here, so I might save parents for family. That's for another episode, okay? But in regards to karmics, there's lessons that we learn from our parents. And as much as our parents want to take credit, there's a lot of stuff that life teaches us. Life. Parents, not so much. Because all parents are teaching you is what they consider right or wrong from how they were taught. They can't teach you what they don't know. But they can teach you without knowing. Another episode. But they can't teach you what they don't know consciously. Okay, they can subconsciously teach you what they don't know, but they can't consciously teach you what they don't know. So you have to get lessons from outside of your parents. It takes a village, we know this. So we can't get focused or caught up on the messenger. Get focused on the message. What are they trying to teach you? So again, when it comes to parents being karmic relationships, a lot of times or sometimes parents are there to teach us certain lessons, but we still have to learn other lessons elsewhere. That's how the universe works. Your universe teaches you the lessons that you need to know. Everyone's lessons might not be the same as the next person, but the people who are in your life, who's in your energetic field, who's in your bubble, because again, your energetic field makes up what you see. Your universe is what you see, what you can think and expand of. Okay? So when it comes to these lessons, again, your parents can only teach you based off what they know, and then it's up to you to decide. Are you going to follow that? Are you going to do that, or are you going to, go a different beaten path? Go a different way. But those are your lessons to learn. Now, children are also karmics for parents, or can be karmics for parents, because they're there to teach you a lesson. Because if they weren't a lesson to be learned, would the kid be there? Would they? So parents can get something from children too. We grow, or we go through life thinking, parents are just superior to us. Maybe we're here to teach them lessons as well. Ever think about that? Parents out there, how many times have your children taught you things you didn't know about yourself? So parents and children can be karmic relationships. We're going to go more detailed in that a different episode because, like I said, we do have family on here. Blue twin flame versus twin flame. Okay, we're going to talk about that. Family. Yeah, so we got other episodes, okay? Okay, yeah, we have so many episodes. So we're just going to stick to karmics. Karmic relationships. Just like pets. I feel like pets can be karmics too. Like I have 2 dogs. My first dog, I learned things from him that I didn't take into the second dog. Like he had more leeway. With the second one, excuse me, yawn for confirmation. With the second dog, there were things that I didn't gamble with. When I say gamble, I mean like leaving stuff out. I had a whole lot of hope for this dog, my first dog, Mob. I had a whole lot of hope for him, okay? And I've had hella shoes destroyed because of this hope that I just knew he was going to be a good boy. And I had shoes devoured because boy was he not a good boy. But I learned that lesson. So then when I got Shadow, my other dog, I didn't keep my shoes around him. I learned that lesson. Okay? And you can learn and you can apply that lesson to anything. Rather if I have kids or I learn not to give adolescents, whether they're puppies or children, the benefit of the doubt sometimes. If your first mind is to tell you to put the stuff up, put it up. Follow your intuition. And this is what this is. It's the blue twin flame journey is connecting you with these non-physical and physical aspects of your life. Again, masculine, feminine energy, your thoughts and your actions, your thoughts and your creations. So when you get to a point of alignment where you're able to not only acknowledge, understand, understand, and you stand on this. You stand on the fact that the blue twin flame, this energetic energy that follows you wherever you go, it's in all the above, okay? There to teach you lessons, even if it's a dog, it's a cat, it's lessons that you learn and you can apply to your life. All right? Before I go, I just want to give thanks. Well, we gave thanks already. I want to thank you. I want to thank you, and I want to thank you. Thank you for coming back. But I also thank you. Okay. Also, I want to take this opportunity to take a breath. Okay. All day long, we breathe unconsciously for ourselves. So let's just take a moment to breathe for those that are no longer here. Okay. Whether they're not here physically, whether they're just not in your energetic field, they moved away, your friends. Let's take a breath. So up with it. This is my invisible shot glass, my invisible breath. Okay. Up with it, down with it. Don't play around with it. Wait. Skip those that don't do it. We breathe because we're used to it. Now breathe. Motherfucker, breathe. All right. So we're going to inhale and then exhale. I'm going to do one more because I messed up on that. Well, I messed it up, but let's just inhale and then exhale. And today I take a breath for you. Whoever's watching, I appreciate you for watching. Thank you. I'm also going to take a breath for all my greats out there. Okay, all my great-grandparents, all my great-great-grandparents, all my grandparents. I'm just going to take a breath for family. I'm taking a breath for family because if it weren't for you guys, I would not be here. So I am breathing for all of you that are no longer here to breathe. Okay. Wow, that was powerful, man. Because we literally are breathing for them because they're no longer here. But how often do we think about that, you guys? So just food for thought. Okay. All right. Now, with that being said, and now it's time for so long. But I'll sing just one more song. Thanks for doing your part. You sure are smart. You know, with me and you. And my boy BluE. And you can do that you want to do. I love you. I love me. I love us. I love we. And I will talk to you guys another day. Bye. Ooh, BluE. BluE.